There's a seat in there, Charlie, if you want it. Okay, yes. So as you know, the third noble principle is that we share, we dedicate the goodness of our practice with all living beings, and particularly also to persons close to you. And for this purpose, we pass around this book. It's not an attendance sheet, although you can put your own name in, and we will read the names that are listed here at the end of our practice. That's our custom, and light our lamp. And it's our closing ritual, very simple at every practice. So Shane has kindly reminded me to pass the book around, and that's what it's for. So put in folks that you want to, as a Sangha, pray for at the end of our practice. And greetings to you who are just joining us now online. Lama Namgyal just gave a lovely talk on the three noble principles, and it's on YouTube if you'd like to catch it later. Is that Neil on iPhone? No.
It is.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Say again, have we met you before?
It's Neil. It's a friend of mine.
That is Neil?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Good to see you. Good to see you all. So it's one thing to hear an inspiring invitation to meditation and a recalling of the type of benefit that you may experience. Everyone is different, and actually everyone's, in your own practice, you will find that your experience is different. And you've heard a bit about that this morning. So now we will actually do some practice and see there is, in general, the way we learn, famously articulated across Buddhist traditions, is that we hear, we listen, we study, we learn something. And then we take it in and we see how our experience of it is. Hearing, reflecting. And meditation is more, in this context, a more formal practice of actually a practice of meditation, such as we will do at this time. And in accordance with the Three Noble Principles, we in fact begin by bringing to mind all living beings and expressing the aspiration that everyone, and yourself included, by the way, you are part of the great vast sky of living beings. May we all know happiness and its causes. May we all be free of pain and its causes. May we come to be both pain-free and free of and possessed of happiness. May we have an equanimity that extends to all beings, not too caught up in a target, not too enmeshed with those close to us, not too indifferent to those who we don't know well. These are known as the four boundless states or the four immeasurables, and they are a very powerful way of cultivating full-on love, compassion, equanimity, and joy. And so we have a verse that we sing that Shane will post. It's on your, if you're, those of you in the room, and we're glad you're here, you have it on your sheet, and we also have it here. So we are bringing forward these aspirations now at the beginning of our session. because this is why we're practicing. Of course, we hope for benefit for ourselves, and we hope for that benefit to contribute toward the fulfillment of these aspirations. So take a moment to settle. We'll say more about settling in a bit. Just feel your cushion. Let go of your thoughts. No plans, really. Planning is another word for targeting. We're just going to be here together and follow the instructions, and you'll see whatever occurs. Put away your cell phone, please. Right? Just be here and listen. And when you do that, when you let go of your plans, your targets, you are very immediately able to sense your seat, your support. And let yourself sense that. That sensing your bodily experience immediately brings you into the present moment. Right away, you shed plans, worries, and so forth for the moment. And within that state of presence, we make this aspiration. May all beings always have happiness and its causes. May all beings always be free of pain and its causes. May all beings always be pain-free and live happily. May no beings ever cling to those near nor spurn those far. For as long as space abides, as long as the world remains, just so long may I be there, resolving all beings' pain. And so we are practicing to become more and more able of resolving, addressing the suffering of the world and our own suffering. So we start by sensing into our seat, sensing the experience, not the idea, but the experience of solidity, support that you feel. And letting yourself relax into that. You may feel just naturally some muscles in the lower part of your body just begin to relax a little bit. You can't force relaxation, but you can allow it by letting yourself just sense this solidity, this holding that is offered to you by your seat and offered to you really from the very center of the earth. The very center of the earth is directly beneath you. That's a lot of support. Support heals our sense of aloneness and isolation. Even feeling into that support can be healing. So there's an invitation to ease, just be easy. Mostly by letting go of whatever doing is habitually wanting to take over. You don't have to do anything right now. You don't have to prove anything right now. You don't have to do it right, much less perfectly. You just sit. Just sit. And from this relaxed base, you rise. So your upper body is gently rising, not stiff. The human back actually likes to be upright. There's a little curve, natural curve in the back. Something like a young sprig of grass pushing out the ground in the spring. It's upright. It's happily upright. Your shoulders are relaxed, so they're even. Your back is enjoying being flexed upwards. in a way that feels right to you. And in doing this, there is a natural alignment through the center of your body, from your crown, that means the top of your head. It's in alignment just naturally with your throat, your heart, your deep belly, and the center of the earth as well. You are part of this great alignment. Continuing on into the apex of space, if you like. But mainly sense it in your body. Crown, throat, heart, deep belly. That alignment through your center is actually a source of great confidence, power, and ease. And your chin is tucked in just a little bit. As you tuck in your chin, you can feel a little pull down your back. Feel, not think about. You feel it. And that alerts you to the strength of this vertical alignment. And so, to be of benefit for all living beings, it is definitely an important step for us to be in the present moment, to be at ease. Just being at ease when you walk into a room is a gift to everyone around you. So let us cultivate ease, an ease of clarity. And since your mind yearns to have some focus, target, object, well, you're already breathing, so let your attention be with your breathing. As you inhale, which you just do in your absolutely normal, comfortable way, so you inhale and you feel the inhale, you feel the breath coming in, however you feel it. Comes in through your nose, most likely. Feel it going down your body, bringing strength and vitality. Feels good to breathe. We usually don't notice that particular pleasure. Take in the air. Take in the air of inspiration. Take in the air of consolation. Take in the air that brings you whatever you need to breathe in. And then at just the right moment for you, you let go of your breath. In this way, the body teaches you what relaxation feels like, that exhale. So for two 2-minute sessions right now, let your attention be with your breathing. Be with your breathing. Your breath comes in, your mind comes in too, right with it. You follow it. You don't try to control it. You're satisfied with it. There's nothing to do, nothing to improve. Just a human being breathing. So 2 minutes, and then you'll hear the sound, and then 2 more minutes. And of course, your mind will go elsewhere sometimes. We understand that, no problem. Just bring it back. Your breath is always there waiting for your attention. Just come back to your breath. No fuss, no bother. And still maintaining whatever easeful focus you have right now. We've made our breath our place of resting, our attention, and now we use sound. The sacred syllable hum, hum, and we repeat it twice. Everyone repeat this at your own rhythm, in concert with your own breath. This is a syllable expressing the wisdom mind of all awakened beings. And we simply fold our mind into the sound. Sound, your own sound is everywhere around you. Your attention is with that sound, that's all. So we'll sound it for a bit, maybe a little longer than you might think, and we'll go back to watching our breath. Sometimes shifting the object can help our clarity. So it sounds like this. Your sound is also the gift to the other people in the room, so sing it loud and at your own pace. And returning your attention to the inflow and outflow of your breathing, especially noticing the inflow and noticing also the emptying out. Just continue 2-minute sessions. I'll just sit for a minute together, just enjoying being here. No need to do anything at all. Yeah. So how was that for you? Some of you are, maybe, are you new to meditation or new to this meditation? And you heard Namgyal's talk earlier. The inside story of what we're doing is softening up our sense of separateness. That really means our sense of aloneness, loneliness, isolation from others, but also often isolation from, your own heart, your own experience, because we're so worried, excited, traumatized by various things going on. Yeah, so we like to open up a bit to see what's going on in the room. Your comments, questions, if you have. Yes. We'd like to give you a microphone before you speak, if we might. Consider it a ice cream cone. Otherwise, the people online won't hear you. And thank you.
Thank you.
And introduce yourself.
My name is Noel Zinn. This is my first visit here, but I've been meditating for many years. In your teaching, you mentioned the benefit of meditating with others. I usually meditate alone. My question is, meditating with others gives a kind of group energy, or is it an opportunity to do what we're doing right now, to talk about our meditation with others?
both well articulated. Do you want to speak to that? Both well articulated. Of course, I meditate alone most of the time too, even though we're in the same house and doing it at the same time. So that has its merit. There's something about, yeah, as you said, the power of the group, being a human among other humans, exactly as you said. And then we can talk together and share and not be alone in our practice. And most of us don't, I think for most of us, most of our friends are not meditators. So it's good to come together with people who are and support each other and say, yes, this is valuable. I appreciate what you said very much. Yeah. You need that. So,
Well, I just want to thank you. I've been missing you a lot, and today it makes a big difference just to be around these beautiful vibrations, life vibrations in the room, and just the energy in the room. It's just filling an empty, huge space that I had yesterday, or a minute ago, or 2 minutes, or 30 minutes ago. So
it fills an empty space you had. Is that what you said?
yeah, now it's filled with white energy, blue energy.
White energy, good energy. Yeah, thank you. You're part of creating it. Anything else? So if you notice, we in fact follow the Three Noble Principles, right? We began with an aspiration. We sat, whatever your experience may have been, some probably even despite however many distractions, perhaps some sense of a portal to a greater ease in the moment. Most of us are so stressed most of the time. Oh, I don't have to think about that right now. Okay, I won't. And it comes back to me, but never mind. I don't pick it up in quite the same way. So maybe it's something like that experience. Just being satisfied with breathing is important. We used to talk a lot about this word from the Pali tradition, piti. It means something like, how do we translate it?
Pleasurable interest.
Pleasurable interest. It's just pleasing. You know, sometimes there are very simple things that we do that other people may find boring. You know, gardening, knitting, crocheting, watching your breath. There's no big goal. There's some goal, but it's just pleasant. It's pleasurable just to sip tea and look out the window, right? I hope we're all relaxed enough that we can enjoy that sometimes. It's another dimension of our human being, that we can actually be at ease. And that's enriching in a way that may be surprising. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me, no, I didn't feel anything like that. Yeah? How was it? Was it different for you when we moved from the breath to the sound? What are you looking for? The microphone? Or the book? What? The book. Sean has it. Jane has it.
Shane has it.
He'll give it to you because you asked.
No.
No, she wants to write.
She
You want to
wants
add a
this.
name? Yeah.
Name book.
The Book of Names, we call it.
It's coming your way.
And of course, we invite you to take this practice home with you, any part of it. One thing about practice is, as the name suggests, it's practice, right? And so you practice the piano a little bit every day, willingly or not, if you're a young kid. And, you know, it changes, right? Your skill develops. It actually changes your brain. Science now knows that meditation, prayer, actually everything we do, but it changes your brain in a positive way. Yes, sir. And back to, yeah. Yeah, you can't, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Another question. You talked in the teaching about target and goal. I've meditated for many years without a goal. Now I have a very specific goal in meditation. My concern is that's inconsistent with the practice of being free and undetermined. Could you comment on that?
I certainly can.
There,
If you want to, go ahead.
yeah, they're perfectly legitimate, both. There are two, if you look at meditation manuals and discussions of meditation, in our tradition, in most traditions, there is meditation with and without an object. So they're not really in contradiction. One can support the other. I don't know if that's your experience.
I'm familiar with a mindfulness meditation that's used very successfully in hospitals for pain
Yes.
reduction. That's what I would call a goal. I mean, do you regard that to be inconsistent with? No, thank you
Not at
for
all,
answering.
not at all. What you were going to say.
Yeah, so it's a kind of interesting and important question. If you look at the tradition, even, in one sense, there's a talk about non-clinging, not getting stuck, all that kind of conversation. And on the other hand, there, in the Buddhist tradition, elaborate maps of progress and stages of progress. You could have a meditative instruction that was really, in a way, formless, but part of the whole, tempted to say, paradox puzzle of meditative practice is that there are these two contrary kinds of instructions, namely, be in the moment, and yet we have some agenda for you to accomplish. And I think it's important for us to see how we can parlay those two contrary pressures to the point where we feel comfortable with them. Because in a sense, we ultimately will always have some goals in life. We have to eat, we have to go somewhere. But can we strip those activities of a kind of tightness and intensity or fixity that we're so used to? So I think it's a very, very rich question that you're asking, and there's nothing wrong at all with having a goal of reducing pain and practicing a certain kind of meditation. And at the same time, if we were sitting with somebody and if they were saying, I really got to get rid of this pain, I really got to get rid of this pain, we would probably say, you know, you're kind of holding on to that very, very tightly, and that in itself is probably can conduce to a great deal of pain. So it's a very gentle art, ultimately, very gentle art, and it requires a certain kind of balance. It's fine if we want to get rid of pain, but we also need to be playing with what does it mean to just be in a state of observing something mindfully without an agenda.
May I ask a follow-on question?
Yeah, sure.
I have a condition, I'll call it pain. It's not specifically pain for which I meditate. And when I meditate, I'm pain-free.
Yeah.
When I walk around during the day, I haven't learned to be pain-free, to be mindful. Where does one learn that skill to carry the serenity of meditation into activities of daily living?
Short answer will be get yourself Shinzen Young's book on working with pain. Longer answer would be, if you're feeling pain, one of the things that may be occurring, I call it kind of demi-attention. And demi-attention means we're really not being mindful. And the experiment I would offer you is, as you're going through life and you're noticing this pain, can you take a few moments to, however you're meditating, to do some semblance of that in the situation we're talking about? If you're walking, can you do it walking, or do you need to sort of stop and sort of stand for 2 minutes? If you're sitting and doing some activity at a computer and notice you're in pain, could you take 2 minutes to see if you can reduce it? So part of it may be related to the kind of demi-attention that we all lapse into during the course of our lives, and seeing if you break that and create something of the same atmosphere and the same approach that you use in your meditative setting, can it help? So it involved perforating normal activities with at least brief moments of meditation.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Shinzen Young's got a terrific book, and there's a CD with it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, a gentle suggestion based on some teachings from Geshe Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche we used to do. So when you have already learned to pay attention in a kind of way that you don't have pain. So that's really quite a gift to have, really. And you might see if, so I assume you're sitting and you've gotten to that place. And as a starter, you could see, can you just, move your arm and stay there? And maybe you can, and then the other arm, and then gradually, it's practice, right? And then maybe see if you can maintain it as you stand up. And then gradually, maybe that will build. And also, I've listened to some of Shinzen Young's recordings, and they're very good. So, hope that's helpful.
Thank you. That name I'm going to have to write down.
It's Japanese, but we'll write it down for you. Shinzen, right? Shinzen Young.
Shinzen.
We'll write it down for you.
Yeah.
So now we come to our the third noble principle, which is sharing our merit. There's a lot of merit from the way we look at it. We dropped our busy lives, our agitated lives with whatever mild afflictions might animate us during them. And we took this time and space, dedicate to others. So now we will dedicate our practice, and we have a verse for that too. We'll sing that. By this good may I swiftly once become a great guru, lead all beings, every one, to reach to that very ground. With all of you in mind, we light this lamp of clarity. May the glow of love, wisdom, shine within us, everyone, till we all rise forth born in one enlightened mandala. And so today, we've dedicated our intention already to all living beings, and especially those near and dear named here: Julian, Zin, Julia, Josh, Toby, Dan, Prutka in the Bardo, Buzz in the Bardo, all victims of war, Barbara, Q, Branch and Yates, Z, Garella, Sergei and his parents, Martha Pokorny, Emily Shen, Michael, Ator in the Bardo, Jane Welliv, in the Bardo, Anthony Larson, Gerald Maddox and family, hospice, Madeline Emmers, Monty Mayfield, Robert Romero, Danny Kirsten in the Bardo, Brad, Amy, perhaps, Valerie, Tex, Nancy, Darcy, George, Tommy, Rachel, Anduarde, Amy Sue and her sister Sarah, Amy's two boys, Brittany, Shay, Thomas, Kelly, Aisha, Melissa McIntyre, Joba Springelmeyer in the Bardo, Lynn Pinkerton in the Bardo, Padua, Mitchell, Michael, Kamala, Joyce in the Bardo, Galena, Selwa, Stephanie, Nick's dogs, our teachers, our Sangha, animals that are afraid of fireworks, Padma, Camachos, Mira, Gina, Louis, Monica, Kaisu, Gary, Emily, Ruth, Andrew, James, Ben, and all living beings. And if you would like to unmute online, we will find the light in our hearts and sounding the sound ah this time, that big open sound, feeling that your good wishes for your future self, for everyone connected here, for everyone throughout the world and universe. By the end of the eye, you just send your loving light to everyone as a way of dedicating your practice to the well-being of the world. Thank you all for coming. It's lovely to have you.
Emily,
And,
we need you to announce sustaining the radiance.
oh, I was going to do that.
You were going to do that.
So, just really quick, if you're here today, we're having Costa Rican rice and beans because that's what my mother makes me for Christmas meal. And we also have a little mini market open starting now. This Tuesday is going to be the last session of the current Teaching Tuesday series before we start a new series in January. Then this coming Saturday is Sustaining the Radiance. It is a fundraising and celebration event that we have in person, and we are catering food from Neen Fuzz. If you guys would like to join, you can just come celebrate with us and eat with us, but please let me know today because we are putting in our catering order.
The time?
So please sign up and register with
It's at
Emily and Jerry.
noon on Saturday, next Saturday the 7th. And then Tuesday, December 17th, in lieu of our Teaching Tuesdays, we're going to have a potluck and potentially screening a movie. So that'll be at 7 p.m. Tuesday, the 17th. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and we look forward to seeing you in the new year as well.
Thank you all for coming. Have a
Now,
wonderful
Thank you for
day.
coming. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yeah.
And if I haven't said hello to you yet and haven't met you, please come say hello before you leave.
And please stay for food.
Nice to see you guys online. You who are in Houston, please